on 0, and this isn't a once the board stabilizes type thing. This is as soon as the first turn starts. So we got Clive in the first seat. So if you're Clive, you're looking at hitting a 2 here. So Clive has a 4 stack in Eastern Europe. He also has a turn 1 bonus of the UK. The problem is the action point system causes players to be incentivized to break bonuses. Good Neighbor is no longer incentivized with the action point system in place. So I think Clive, I think his best move is to just hit one of those green 2s or a purple 2 that's next to that 4 of his. Looks like he's interested in maintaining positions. Going to take a card off of his 4. Easy card for Clive. But since that was a passive move, he does take a point hit because of action points. Alright, next up we got the G. Oh no, baby girl waking up from her nap. How are you, sweetie? You want to watch some Risk with Daddy? Tried to roll a 2v1. Gonna try another one. Gets it. Rolls a 6v2. Alright, so the G does not lose any points that turn. He also doesn't gain any points. Nobody had a bonus to break anyway, so. Alright, then we got Hudson on yellow. And with that dwarf avatar in the yellow color. Kinda seems like he's cosplaying as somebody here. Alright, passive turn for Hudson. So he loses an action point. Alright, now we got Cecil in the 4th seat. Also, it doesn't have to be a 2 that you hit. You can hit anything bigger than a 2. It's just if you hit a 1, it's not, quote-unquote, action-y enough. So Cecil could hit Clive's 2. He could hit one of Green's 2s, one of Fung's 2s there. Trying to decide what he wants to do. This might end up more like a territory game. Yeah. I didn't see Group 1, but Group 2, we ended up having a player conquer the noob corner and just guard with like 6s and 7s and was able to maintain a +5 pretty much all game and was able to carry that to the win. Alright, so Cecil does hit a 2. So he loses no action points on his turn. Fung, moving in to take a bonus maybe? Does he hit a 3? No, he's going to hit a 2 of Digis. Loses 1 on that. Alright, so we do see some action from Fung. Rolling out of Spain. Oh, he's rolling down his 2s to avoid them getting hit. He doesn't want to lose those positions. Interesting. Interesting strategy. And then fortifies that other 2. He still has a 2 in Sevastopol. Alright, last but not least, we have Digi on purple. Dog Sergeant. It looks like the G and Dignia are both red on the scoreboard. Dignia should be purple. Yeah. Alright, so what does Dignia do here? Yeah, so the other thing about the action point system is because people are incentivized to break bonuses, people are disincentivized to, whatchamacallit, are disincentivized to take bonuses. So, I think Game 2 will turn into a bonus game just because Greece has such small bonuses. But this game may not end up being a bonus game. Are the VODs published? I believe they are, and I know that they're all put onto YouTube. Nice music? Thank you. The music will not make its way onto YouTube. All this music is copyrighted, so it's just here on the stream instead of on the recording to make sure we're not breaking any rules. Alright, so purple hit a 3, didn't lose any action points. Clive hits a 2, so doesn't lose any action points. Nobody's able to gain an action point because no one's taking a bonus. People are only able to keep themselves from losing points. Alright. I see you got -1 in there for Dijnia. I thought he hit a 2. Maybe I'm mistaken. Asking because my first tournament game is Group 4, and I want to go back and watch film and hear what is said to learn. Okay, yeah. If someone is broadcasting that game, you will certainly get that. I don't think I'm broadcasting Group 4. I was only able to do these two, so... Yeah, I thought Purple did hit a 3. And Clive hit a 2. Red didn't hit anything, so Red loses a point there. But people are going to start running out of 2s to hit, and we'll have to hit larger stacks. And if no one wants to take a bonus, they could be in trouble. Hudson decides to hit a 3 to not take another action point hit this turn. Does Clive have anything he can hit? Not really. I mean, Clive could roll a 6v3 on Purple if he puts everything in Istanbul and goes east. He's got another 6 on 3 on Purple up at the top. Going for the Iceland take. Noob corner for the win. Okay, does somebody break Iceland? Does Clive generate enough to break Iceland? Clive is on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So Clive could roll a 5v3 and break Iceland. Fung, playing the territory game, got 5 troops that turn. Looks like he's going to take Italy and hit a 2 in the process. By the way, Cecil didn't hit anything. He only hit a 1, so Cecil lost an action point there. Ooh. Alright. Digi could hit a yellow 3 or a black 3. Ooh, he's got a 2 he's going to try. 4v2, 75%, gets perfect dice. Is he going to set up an action point trade pocket with Fung here? Looks like he is. Alright, so definitely no loss of action point from Dijnia that turn. 4 for Clive. Not going to break Iceland. Going to hit Purple's 2. Clive was really the only one who had a shot at breaking Iceland, so Cecil's +2 is going to hold. Also, Cecil is already the troop lead. Hasn't collected on his bonus yet. Already in front by 3 troops, or by 2 troops. Clive blocking Fung in Sevastopol. See an oops come out from Hudson for some reason. So G could take France, but he's unlikely to hold it. Takes a card and doesn't take France. Doesn't break anything, so that's a loss of an action point for G. Alright, Hudson doesn't have too many things he could hit. Just going to take a card. Removes a red position from West Africa. Fortifies over to South Russia. Cecil, does he go for the noob corner here? It may not be a bad idea for Cecil to just take UK. That's what we saw a player do in Group 2. It was actually the white player in Group 2 also that did that. Took noob corner. Nobody was big enough to break it. Cecil's going to hit a 3 of digis. Loses 1 on it. Going to give him a 2 to hit. No noob corner, no win. Honestly, yeah, the noob corner, if you can take and hold it and guard it, you'll probably be alright. Worked out really well for Aiden in game 1 of Group 2. Fung, gonna hit a 2 of digis. And take Spain? Nope, not taking Spain. Leaves a 2 for someone to hit, but Digi's gonna take the free 2 from Cecil. Well, almost free. Loses 2 on that. So, Cecil, Fung, and Digi did not lose any action points in that last cycle. I don't think any of them should be on -2, but... Alright, Clive is up. Clive can't really break Cecil. Has a free 2 he can hit. Well, almost free. Loses 1. So, shouldn't be a loss of an action point there for Clive. And pulls his 4 out. Alright, G. Taking passive turns, made a big stack. I don't know if G has hit a 2 or more since the game has started, so I think he actually is on -3. Alright, Hudson. Hudson could cut across and hit a Digi-stack. Yeah, Digi, unfortunately, is turning into the punching bag of the board. Alright, Hudson loses an action point there. Didn't hit anything bigger than a 2. Well, he hit a 1. He didn't hit a 2 or bigger, so yeah. Cecil has a set on 3. Big oops from Clive. Giving Clive a 2 to hit. But didn't hit a 2 himself, so that's a -1 for Cecil. So now Cecil's on -2. Alright, Fung wasn't able to hit anything, so Fung loses 1. Digi, a little too weak. Could be worried about action points right now. Loses 1 there. Alright, Clive was given a 2 to hit by Cecil. Oh, and he was also given a 2 to hit by Fung. It's already hard to trade with 2 people without this action point system. But with it, it's not really feasible to do so. Yeah. So he trades with Cecil and not with Fung. You have to break a bonus and hit a 2 to gain an action point. Yes, that's correct. And right now, only one bonus is taken. And if you don't want to lose one, you have to do either or. Alright, so G loses another one. Still taking passive turns. Ooh, pointing his stack in the direction of Cecil's bonus. Hudson gets in on the trade pocket. No loss of an action point there from Hudson. Did hit a 2. Alright, Cecil beefing up his guard on his bonus. Loses 3 hitting that 2. That was pricey. In order to maintain the trade pocket, fortifies one off. Oh, Fung sees a 2 of Cecil to hit. So Cecil's going to get removed from the trade pocket, and Fung's going to take it. Cecil says, oops, but Fung kind of got screwed out of the trade pocket anyway, so I don't hate that move from Fung. Alright, Digi loses an action point. He's a little too weak to be worried about hitting 2s and stuff. Alright, now we got the first round of trades coming out. Clive with the set on 4. He's got a 2 of Cecil's he can hit. So you can, Cecil can, yeah. He can get back in through Grease, but that'll kick Hudson out. Yep, kick Hudson out, yep. Alright, where's Clive going? Does he want to make a fortify somewhere else? Is that why he's rolling instead of fortifying back? Ooh! Doesn't leave a 2 for Fung. Says oops. Looks like he meant to leave a 2 for Fung, but rolled too much. All he has to do to fix this is fortify that 2 to the right. Or just not move that 2 of his. Alright, so Fung has a 2 he can hit, but he's got to go left with it. Alright, G has the 6 trade coming. Alright, what is G going to hit here? Or is he going to take another action point hit? This would be his 6th action point hit if he hits another 1 and does nothing else. Yep. Yeah, G playing a very passive game here. Alright, Hudson. Has the 8 trade. He can come down and hit Clive's 2. He is going to come down and hit Clive's 2. Fung asking for a 2 to be left there for him. Is Hudson going to leave a 2 for... Ooh. Blocks Cecil's path down there. Cecil trading his cannons, has a +2 in the Rhine. Alright. Does he have a 2 he can hit? I don't think he does. He's locked out of the bottom left. We hit a Clive 1. Slams a troop. Ooh, getting geared up to take UK next turn. G might have something to say about that, with that 14 stack sitting there. Alright, 12 trade from Fung. Fung has a Hudson 2 he can sweep down to hit. Ooh. Going for the digi-kill? Not sure he left enough troops. 2v1? Oh, just enough. So he did hit a stack bigger than a 2. So he gets bounty points for this. This is an expensive kill for the 15 trade. But I think he took it more for the points, maybe. Points and little card advantage. So GG's to Dijnia, and well played to Fung, taking the first bounty of Game 1 for Group 3. Not much else he can do. He did take Spain. Doesn't really have any hope of guarding it, though. He didn't mean to take Spain, he just happened to get it while killing Dijnia. Sorry, I'm munching on chips. My bad. I mean, I got chips and salsa here because I'm watching the big game. What do you want from me? Set on 3 from Clive. 20 trade. What is Clive going to do with that? The only person that would set him in turn is Fung. Goes after anyone else, he's a sit and duck for somebody else. But he doesn't have enough to kill Fung with this set on 3. He may have been in danger of dying to Fung next turn. And is defensively trading. Spending an awful lot of time in draft. Oh, he is set up to hit a Cecil too. Okay. Removes Fung from the bottom left. Will he have time to take his action point? Doesn't bother with it. So Clive loses an action point here. G loses another action point, just hits a 1. Alright, Hudson can break a bonus and hit a Fung 3. Gains an action point for doing both of these. So plus 1 point for Hudson there. How much is placement worth? Same as always. 6th place gets you 2 points. 5th is 4 points, so on and so forth. 1st is 12 points. Alright. Does Hudson go... sorry, not Hudson. Does Cecil go for the new corner take? Doesn't go for it. Doesn't really have any 2s he can hit or any bonuses to break. So Cecil loses an action point that turn. Alright, 3 people are on 4 cards. And somebody's set on 3, so Fung gets the 25 trade. Can he bag another kill here? Bounties are 3 each. Yes, that's correct. Hudson saying, oops, you don't have me. Fung saying, I'd like to check that for myself, thank you. Yeah, this kill is going to be really tight. Oh, really tight. He's got to win a 7v8 for this kill to even happen. Alright. I don't believe Fung hit any 2s there. Maybe he hit a Hudson 3 on the way. I don't think he did, though. So I think that's a loss of an action point for Fung. Alright, Hudson says good game. Think he might suspect that he was fed just enough for the G to kill him. G's going to set with a bigger trade here. Either that, or he doesn't have a set at all, and he knows Cecil will kill him. Slow roll? Yeah, no, he didn't. He just decided to stop. Does Clive go for anything here? No, Clive doesn't have any kills here. He's just going to take a card. Whoa. Does he hit? Nope. Okay, so Clive loses an action point that turn. G has no trade. Makes a couple hits. G says GG's. Hudson also saying GG's. Hudson also with no set on 4. Gets to keep a point by hitting a G2. I don't think G did any action points the entire game. And now Cecil, with his 35 set, or was that the 40 set? With his trade, is about to kill... Should be able to chain G or Hudson into the other one. And then run the 70 on this turn. Needs to make sure he passed this right. Looks like he's going for the Hudson kill. Whichever one he gets, he can set and kill the other one. Bobbing and weaving through various troops here. Needs to hit the 6. I think the play is you hit the Hudson 1. Yep. Yeah, he's getting set up to kill Fung. Alright, GG's to Hudson Hornet. Well played to Cecil Dogan. Taking the second bounty this game. Gonna go in and finish off the G here, it looks like. Oh, or maybe he's just going for the run. I don't know. I kind of like picking up another kill here, but maybe he doesn't have another kill. Yep, plenty of room to run here for Cecil, and finishes out the game by taking the 70%. Alright, so G gets to start things off, and we did have colors switch around on you, Dog Sergeant. Hudson Hornet is now purple, and Dijnia is now pink. So everyone else has the same colors. Alright, G can hit a purple 2 or a white 2. Hits a white 2. Loses no action points this turn. Alright, next up we got Dijnia on pink this time. Hits a red 2. So loses no action points this turn. Is rolling out his 2s so that people are disincentivized to hit them. And makes a 7 stack in the middle of the board. Alright, Clive is next in the 3rd seat. So Clive can hit a Fung 2 or a Fung 2. He does hit a Fung 2, loses no action points this turn. Hudson can hit a Clive 2. Loses 2 on 1. Cecil hits a Fung 2. Leaves a 2 for Clive to hit later. Wants to keep that position up top, so rolls his 2. Ooh, Fung taking the creep bonus. Might actually be able to hold that, too. I did look away, so I'm not sure if he hit any 2s. He's rolling his own 2s, though. G still thinking about what he wants to do on his turn. Hit a Clive 2. Keeps an action point. Disney hits another Clive 2. Also keeps an action point. So Clive has a Cecil 2 he can hit. We'll take him up on that. Rolls out a 2 at the top because he doesn't want to lose that position. Hudson says, oops, I was hoping to hit that. Nothing for purple to hit. Hudson loses an action point. Cecil and Clive are trading 2s. Looks like Fung is going to be able to keep his bonus. Crete, if I'm not mistaken, is worth +3. And hit a Cecil 3. Cecil's not thrilled about it. Fung did the same thing in the first game, where he knocked Cecil out of a card trade position to insert himself. Action point. Uh-oh. I was like, do we have a DC? No action point gain. Or yeah, C or G loses an action point that turn. Uh-oh. Somehow G's turn timer restarted in his Fortify phase? What is going on? That's a bug and a half. Okay, it has progressed to Digi's turn. Digi gonna hit a Fung 3. Loses 3 on it. So Clive did hit a 2. Hudson can hit a Cecil 3. Instead, Hudson loses an action point. Plays passively. Nothing that Cecil can hit. Cecil's going to lose an action point here, but removes a Fung position to thank him for removing him from the east side. Going to try to set up an action point trade pocket with the G. Or maybe not. Yeah, decides not to. Fung enjoying his +2, or sorry, +3. Fung is now trading where Cecil once was with Clive. G can also trade in that pocket with them. He notices it. Gets perfect dice on Fung's too. Digi can hit a 3 here. Does he go black, white, or red? Gonna hit red, because that doesn't remove a position. Gets perfect dice on G's 3. Holy smokes. Clive, under 20 troops. Ooh, didn't leave a 2 for... G didn't leave a 2 for Clive to hit. So Clive cannot... is forced to lose an action point this turn. Not happy about it. Is he locking G out of the trade pocket? No, just not going to leave a 2 for Fung to hit either. Hudson not worried about action points, loses 1. Cecil, also going to be forced to lose an action point this turn, removes a G position. Trying to set up a trade pocket with Hudson. Hudson sees it. Fung pulling ahead with that bonus. Doesn't have any easy 2s to hit. Does he hit something spicy like a 3 or a 4? Leaves a 2 for Clive to hit. Deliberately hits away from G. Forces G to spend another few attacks to get there. G once again picks up the 2, but doesn't leave one behind. Holy smokes. Digi has a Clive 3 to hit. Clive on his last legs. Down to 10 troops. Well, it's his turn, so now I guess he's at 13. And has no 2s he can hit, thanks to G. Might have wanted to remove a digi position up there, but too few troops to risk a 3v1. Hudson hits a Cecil 2 and leaves a 2 for Cecil to hit in return. So neither Hudson nor Cecil will lose an action point like Clive just did. A lot of dudes. Good thing this isn't a fixed game. So Thung moves into that Attica island. That island is part of the Attica split bonus. I think it's called like Kathira or something. G has no 2s he can hit. He keeps hitting 2s and not leaving 2s behind for other people to hit. So Feng lost an action point, and G is probably also going to lose an action point. Has the 4 trade. Ooh, with a +2. Does he go for hitting a 4 here? Hit a Feng or Clive 4. Of course, that 4 of Clive's is about 30% of Clive's troops. Alright, we do see a little bit of a bug or something, maybe, from G. Hasn't placed his troops yet, is almost out of time. Places everything in the top right. Runs out of time. So G not only loses an action point, but fails to take a card. Uh-oh. We went to Digi's turn, and now back to G's turn. G does take a card, but not on a 2. Holy smokes. Someone needs to look into the G's computer or something, because he seems to have a time machine. Alright, Digi with the 6 trade. Can he pick up? No, I don't think. I think Clive will be able to trade. Ooh, hits a 4 of Cecil to keep the action up. Clive didn't lose any troops between this turn and his last one, and survives to set up with the 10 trade. A nice shot in the arm, but he is still the fish. Can hit a G3. How has nothing happened in the last 30 minutes? They're taking mostly chill turns. Clive hits a Feng 4. Doesn't want Feng over there. Alright, Hudson hits a Cecil 2. Going for the Cecil kill. Might actually have it. Very dicey split here. Not that dicey if the dice are in your favor on that 4. Holy smokes. Just like that, before the first or in the first round of trades, before he got to set for the first time. GG's to Cecil Dogan. Well played to Hudson Hornet, taking the first bounty of game 2. Alright, Feng trade again. Hudson might be set up to run the 70% next turn. He's got half of what he needs. Feng gonna hit a 5. Going for the Clive kill. Why did he add on the 1 instead of the 4? I don't know. Looks like Feng has the Clive kill. GG's to Clive. Well played to Fung, taking the second bounty of this game. Can Fung kill the G? Or does he go for the run here? Fung is trying for the run. Come here. Fung has it if he runs. Well, let's see. He should attack up first. Yep, Cecil was pointing it out. I don't think he has quite enough. Needs to win a 6v3 with good dice. Perfect dice on that 3. That might decide it. 3v1 for game? Fails another 3v1. 2v1 for game. He's got a 3v1 up at the top, too. Fails yet another. That's the third. He failed 3 3v1s. And I think he was 1 territory shy. The G has a set on 3 here. Set on 3 for the 25. I don't think G can kill anybody. Ooh, might be able to kill Hudson. Gonna try the Hudson kill. Fails the Hudson kill, it looks like. Still trying the Hudson kill. I don't think he's got it. Needs perfect dice up here. 2v1. Fails. That 10 is not enough to kill the rest of Hudson. Feeds the Hudson kill to Dijnia. Digi should have this without a trade. I do think that the G kind of had to try for the Hudson kill, though. It was always going to be close, but he didn't have another win condition after Fung fails the 70 run there. And the G didn't break any Fung bonuses. Digi does have the set. Gonna get the Hudson and G kill with that set on 3 out of nowhere. GG's to Hudson Hornet. Well played to Dijnia. Taking the 3rd bounty this game. Should have plenty to take the G bounty as well as the 70. Uh-oh. Not sure what that was. Not the best pathing here from Dijnia. GG's to the G. Well played to Digi, taking the 4th bounty this game. Alright, Digi should have plenty to wrap this up. If Fung hadn't split into the pocket, imagine they start trading points. This is a perfect opportunity. Yeah. That'd be funny. Alrighty.